Hey YouTube. Um, so this is kind of a topic I haven't really discussed a whole lot in depth on my channel. Um, so I guess in a way it'll be kind of refreshing, sort of. um, Tonight, my family and I went to go see The Hobbit, which I liked. It was alright. I think I'll enjoy the next two installments more than the first. I really liked Lord of the Rings. I don't know. It was an alright movie. Um, the older I get, the the more estranged, you know, my family members and I become. And I think, that's normal. I think for everybody. I think it's just a part of growing up too. But and maybe I am just a little over dramatic or easily rattled or whatever. I mean, I'd believe it. But there's just weird tension with me and my dad. Just like really, we just operate on two completely different levels. We have a hard time communicating. And he has a tendency to go into shutdown mode a lot. He is in his element when he's like in his room reading the paper, watching TV. That's his go-to place. If I were to come over for dinner would start, he'd come in, we'd eat, do a little chit-chat, and then once he said his piece, he'd just go back to his room. And that's it. Whatever, you do your thing, I'll do mine, whatever. But it's just, so my taillights are out, and they have been for a little bit. And he told me, go get them fixed. And I'll pay for it. And I was like, okay. And then I forgot. It's not something I think about. It's behind me. I don't really think about it. I don't know. I know I should. I just don't. So I remembered again tonight, and I brought it up. And he was like, didn't I tell you to get that fixed? I was like, yeah. But I don't know. It's kind of weird, I think. I don't know. To, show up at a place, have them fix it, and be like, hold on, let me call my parents to pay for it. They'll be here in a little bit. I don't know. I'd just rather go in with them. I can say everything. I can do the whole interaction. As long as they're there with me. So I know I don't know. I've never really done this. I don't know shit about cars. I would ask a male friend I might do that. I'll ask one of my male friends to go with me, because I'm that stupid girl who shows up, and then they're gonna be like, well, this is broken, you need that fixed too. And I'll be like, what? And then my dad, of course, is saying that I'm just setting up obstacles in front of myself that aren't there yet. True, but I'd rather just not have obstacles at all, because these are very realistic ones, It's the most uncomfortable thing to go to a place and to be that person who's holding up the line, who's not prepared, and I'm not prepared. Anyway, obviously, I can do this. You call them, you say, my taillights are out, can you give me an estimate? No big. But then he just gets all bent out of shape, and just and it goes on about a story about his friend's secretary who couldn't do the simplest shit. Something about fucking organizing things by, colored folders or something, and then she made a big deal about not being able to find the colored folders or something. Something ridiculous. And I was just like, how does this story relate to me? I can fix my problem. I just would rather fix it all at once. Not, I don't know. So then he just gets up and leaves, goes to his room. You know what I do with friends or anybody in my life who just kind of shuts me out and walks away? I don't have anyone in my life like that. Because no friend will treat me like that. No one, I am not around people who do that to me. So it just makes me so upset. And they just get up and, like, my own parents? Like, you're just gonna, like, get up and walk away. I don't know. And so then it's damn near impossible for my family to just kind of chill together. All of our personalities are different and clash at different points, like anybody's family, but it's so... He makes me so angry sometimes. So angry. Like, how can you just, like, fucking, like, sure, I might be in the wrong, and I probably am, but you don't just walk away from me. I'm your fucking daughter. The men in my life don't do that, and they're scum. They're shit. Most of them don't treat me with the respect I deserve, but they would never do that to me, And he does that shit all the time. So then I just started thinking about, and it's like, I can't really complain about my parents. They've supported me my whole life, and they, like, are completely, they're my biggest fans. They are, and they love me unconditionally, and it's just... the communication and I don't know, it's just... They don't want to talk to me about stuff. Maybe I get the feeling that, Michelle, you just talk a lot, sweetheart. And we don't want to hear it. That's the feeling, the vibe I get. They'll talk about it for, like, a little bit. They're over it. They just want simple chit-chat, Let's talk about the weather. Let's gossip about other people. But let's not talk about us. I don't know. He would much rather watch a football game and read his paper than talk to me about my life. And then my mom's like, oh, well, he's like that. He's a guy. He doesn't want to talk about feelings and things. And it's like, I ain't talking about feelings. I'm just trying to talk. I don't know what the fuck to talk about. Sorry, I cannot talk about a baseball game. You can't talk about shoes. I'd love to talk about shoes, but I understand I can't talk about that with you. We can still try to find something to talk about. He puts, like, this much effort in for that, I swear. Oh, but then it's like, Michelle, you don't try. I'm like, you know what, I don't. I don't attempt to make lunch dates with him or try to, talk to him about, Dad, I'd really like our relationship to get better. Because you know why? Because I fucking don't feel like it's my responsibility as the fucking child to try and make our relationship better. I just feel hurt a lot from that. I just feel a disconnect, and it makes me not want to get closer. Makes me want more distance. So then I think, it just makes me realize, my parents don't know everything. They aren't the end-all be-all. They aren't the supreme masters of the universe. They do not understand 110% how fucking, like, feelings work and how people work and function and what's right and what's wrong and all that kind of thing. I broke things off with Jerry because I cannot stand to see how my mom looks at me when I bring him up. Not that I do a lot, but I have. She just can't fathom. She's like, my feelings don't matter. They don't. It's just the situation that we're in. It's just how wrong it is. Because I'm just a whore and a homewrecker. I can't stand my mother looking at me like that. I mean, that's not the only reason I cut things off, but it's like... he listens. He'll hear me go on for an hour about shit. And yeah, you know what? He'll let me know when I'm being wrong and silly and overdramatic, too. He will. And that's fine. Because I'm 21. I don't know everything. He'll listen. But I can't talk to him. Because it's wrong. It's wrong, Michelle. You whore. Wrong. But I can't talk to Dad because he doesn't want to talk. He just wants to go back to his room. So, you know what? I'm aware I have dad issues. I mean, I feel like most girls do, but, you know, I admit it. Yeah, I do. Sometimes I go for older guys because I probably am trying to find something I couldn't get with my old man, you know? I mean, obviously I'm looking for a little different thing with the men I talk to. Because it's not like... Now I'm making myself out to be a creeper. No. But... so... yeah, I started getting really upset in the car. Like, driving home. Not with them, obviously. I had a weak moment. You know, I was like, I just miss Jerry. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I want to tell him about tonight and how awful and just how upset I am and how scared I am and how it's weird to me that my family is so broken up. But I can't. And you know, yeah, I can't. Not going more into that. I can't. So anyway, I thought I would make a video about this because, you know, you people care. I don't like growing up. That's all I really had to say. I'm gonna go play some video games. Bye.